YouTube doesn't care. So many of you guys probably know what's going on right now with the Ava Chris Tyson situation. Basically, Chris Tyson, who is now Ava Chris Tyson, worked for Mr. Beast. He was in a lot of the early Mr. Beast videos, and he evidently has some ownership in the Mr. Beast company. Well, there was some stuff that came out that he was basically talking to people that he shouldn't have been talking to. That's an understatement, and there's a whole lot of stuff that came out, and it's pretty bad. So Mr. Beast basically knew what was going on. He knew that Chris Tyson was making inappropriate statements and talking to him, and especially to people who he should not have been making these comments towards, or even having any contact with at all. And he knew about it, and he allowed it to happen. He was there in the Discord, on the Discord servers where it was happening. And I mean, he tried to cover the whole damn thing up. Employees have come out and talked about Mr. Beast and how poorly a lot of contestants were treated. There was a whole thing about like contestants having to surrender their underwear and bags to Mr. Beast when they were competing, and he wouldn't give them clean underwear for days, and even their medication. So if they were sick, he wouldn't give them their medication. It was like a whole lot of absolutely awful stuff. There's also statements that he rigged the competitions. He rigged a lot of stuff where people who were actually in the lead. So, for example, coming in third place, he basically changed winners around, or runner-ups, and it was a lot of stuff. And these are not conspiracy theories. These are things that have been factually confirmed by people who competed in Mr. Beast's contest, or people who served on his production crew. Well, guys, here's what's been going on right now. It's pretty frightening. No one is talking about it. No other YouTubers are talking about this. If you actually go over to his channel, he just dropped another video recently, and he's just acting like it's business as usual. This is the latest video to come out at the time of making this video. It's 7 days stranded in a cave, and the production quality is through the roof on these things. I think they're using Unreal Engine 5 now. I'm not joking. A lot of movie studios, television shows are using Unreal Engine 5. They're not being charged. They're not being charged to use the software to make their productions, but it's truly epic and breathtaking what he's putting out. But if you look at the comments, there's basically nothing, and this is how it's been for like all of the videos. There's essentially nothing here regarding the Ava Chris Tyson situation. And what's crazy, and what that tells us, is that he's using the tools that are on YouTube to basically filter out anything negative about what's going on, and he's basically curating it. Like, there's no comments here. I've never seen this happen on, like, almost on every channel. There's at least like something, even when they're going through the comments. But here, there's nothing. So he has basically an entire team right now that's, probably more than one person at least, that's sitting there and just going through the comments and making sure that no comment is not positive, or that it's not or that it mentions anything that's happening in the real world. It's kind of creepy, and this is kind of what we can expect with artificial intelligence, where a lot of AI is going to be able to make this process even more seamless, because we have tools as content creators on the back end that allow us to even further moderate and control the kinds of comments that are going out. Like, I can block a lot of your comments. I can actually turn on a lot of these things and block out a lot of these comments. And it would be hard for you guys. You guys would be pissed off at me if you're like, "Oh, we're being censored." I mean, I can even take it a step further and turn this stuff on. And like, some of you guys leave comments for me, and I'm like, you know what? I don't like your comment. All right, so I'm just gonna turn this feature on, and I was gonna block everything out and just leave nice things, and then everything, and then like other stuff will be on the review. But this is a dystopia. This is like a preview of a dystopia where bad things could be happening in the world, and everything is just deleted. And that's how YouTube can operate going forward, where content that basically talks about subjects that they don't like, it doesn't matter if it's allowed on the platform or not. It doesn't matter if it's basically informing you. They basically can just hide it, okay? And people like Jimmy can just continue putting out their stuff, and there are no consequences. Jimmy definitely needs to be. I'm not saying his channel should be taken away, but like, what they did with Sniper Wolf, where she basically turned off her monetization for a few months. Like, I think that would be a good consequence for Jimmy. something has to happen regarding this Ava Chris Tyson thing and the fact that Jimmy participated in all of this, because it's sickening. It's absolute total BS. But I mean, guys, you can see YouTube doesn't care, and the future is just good. The future of our society is just going to look like more control, more moderation, more more basically losing more privileges, and having this kind of thing shoveled down our throats, where we're told what we're allowed to watch, and that we should enjoy it. There's not going to be any questions anymore. It's basically obey. So yeah, guys, and then people like this, basically, because Jimmy's like a lord, he's a large corporation. He's practically a billionaire YouTuber at this moment, and they can basically get away with just about anything because the rules are completely different for them. I mean, if they weren't going to shut down their Golden Girl Sniper Wolf, then what do you think was going to happen to Jimmy? He basically he basically built this house, at this point. And guys, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. What do you guys think regarding all of this? YouTube doesn't care. Do you agree that they don't care, and that they're only just going to continue putting out more tools to control what we see, what we think, and basically if anything negative comes out, they'll just silence it as well and sweep it onto the rug, just like what we're seeing with Mr. Beast. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.